want to apply for shares, they can do that from today. Today, 11th of October, all the way until 22nd of November, every day an MTN customer will be able to apply for 5 million Uganda shilling for 42 days in a row. If they want to build up a portfolio of more than 200 million, they can use the MIPO platform, but it is restricted to 5 million a day.
A unique digital channel will be available to retail investors, IPO subscription, MIPO portal, accessible via USSD and via My MTN app. Traditional payment channels will also be available across Uganda at Stanbic Bank, Absa Bank, and Standard Chartered Bank branches and authorized selling agents.
As little as 100,000 Uganda shillings, you have a chance to be a shareholder in MTN Uganda. You cross immediately from being a subscriber to being an owner of MTN Uganda for as little as 100,000. The transaction advisor and lead sponsoring broker is SBG Securities. And the use of proceeds, which is very important as well to mention, that all proceeds of the offer, net of the related expenses, will accrue to the selling shareholder, who is MTN International. Should you wish to obtain a copy of the prospectus, which I advise that you do, please go on to the MTN website. It's already uploaded and available for your use.
MTN Uganda started operating in 1998 and it became the first privately owned telecommunication operator in Uganda. Since then, has championed different initiatives which include launching 3G, 4G and lastly, the 5G internet services in Uganda. In the first half of 2021, 14.9 million subscribers, 8.6 million mobile money users, and 4.7 million active data users. Joran Paul Sonko, Smart 24.
I smile when I think of you, Uganda, my home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda, my home. Oh, my Uganda.
I know, with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home. On my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey mama,
my Uganda.
Oh,
my Uganda.
Oh,
my Uganda. My Uganda. Nigokona. My Uganda. Amari, alemira. My Uganda.
Wano ku MTN twesunga okutandika olugendo olulala naawe olunyuvu tukulaakulanye ensi yaffe Uganda.
MTN Uganda says Uganda is home, and definitely when you look at the reason as to why this IPO is on board is to show you that they are part of Uganda. So in most cases, it's one of those adverts that I love so much. If I was still a kid, I think I would have danced to it if I was back home in the living room and such music was being played. So MTN says Uganda is home, and they are together they feel home when they're in Uganda, and that is why they take the initiative to drive business together with the Ugandans. And before that, we're actually looking at the story where MTN Uganda actually opened shares for Ugandans, so you can definitely apply for a share for as low as 200 Ugandan shillings. Now, the offer aims to facilitate the broad-based possible shareholder base in Uganda, with Ugandan Rio investors making applications to offer shares of an aggregate minimum value of 5 million Ugandan shillings to be allocated. The full number of offer shares for that minimum value applied for. The CEO, Mr. Wim, noted that MTN will sell 4.5 billion of the shares to the general public as low as 200 Ugandan shillings. So when we are into the business special, one of the words you're going to to bear with today include prospectus, include shares, dividends, talk about investments, what do you earn, priorities, a lot more of that coming your way in the conversations that we are going to have here today. I think one of the biggest conversations anyone out there would want to engage in is one that includes financial language. If a conversation has financial language attributed to it or affiliated to it, trust me, everyone would love to get knowledge and would love to actually get something out of it, because this is information that is sweet music to the ear. So greatly, imagine if you are going to be a shareholder with a company that has actually been in Uganda for the last 23 years. It just makes a lot of sense in a way that you're buying a share, 200 Ugandan shillings, you're going to become a shareholder for 100,000 shillings. Me as a person, I've always been using this 100,000 shillings to actually go on a trip or so. Let me say, go for lunch, treat myself to a nice meal. So if I get that 100,000, save it and apply for a share and maybe buy shares every after 1 month worth 100,000 Ugandan shillings. You never know, in the next 1 decade, maybe MTN Uganda that has more 12 years in business in Uganda, by the time it makes the 12th year, I'll be one of the key shareholders in the company as well. And if you look at the situation here, if you purchase, the minimum quantity is 500 shares, like I said, which means that with 100,000, you're becoming a shareholder in MTN. I mean, if it is advertising, I've advertised this so well in regards to the business special. Now, if you look at a unique digital channel will be available to retail investors of IPO subscription, the MIPO portal, accessible via USSD and via the My MTN app. The traditional payment channels will also be available across Uganda at Stanbic Bank Uganda. So Stanbic Bank, which is actually a key partner in this one. And today on the business special, we do have the CEO Stanbic Bank, Ms. Amjuko. We do have the CEO MTN Uganda, Wim Van. The other name is actually more of, I prefer the big man to actually pronounce it himself. I would actually say Wim Van is actually also going to join in the conversation, as we'll be talking more about the IPO and what impact is actually having onto the stock exchange or the capital markets of Uganda, and also on the Uganda Stock Exchange, and since it's actually going to be listed as well. So if you look at the other publicly listed companies, Stanbic Bank, which is also a partner with MTN in this same situation, was publicly listed a few years back, if I'm to be precise, 2007. And I think we'll be discussing more and more from that. And we shall be having the CEO on set, as well as we're going to be discussing deep as we analyze the same situation. And this is business special. And tell you what, when it's business, we drive those businesses. And how about if we drive businesses without bringing on board the people who are necessary to actually drive your businesses together with us? This is Business Specialist. For a short break, I will return with the CEO Stanbic Bank. Keep it Smart 24.
My home, I smile when I think of you, Uganda. My home. My home, I dance when I look at you, Uganda. My home, oh my Uganda.
I know with you I'll always stay forever. I know, because I feel that we belong together. My home, under the sun so bright, under the moon at night, on my heart, mommy, oh my Uganda.
Hey, mama.
My Uganda.
Oh,
My
okutandika olugendo olulala naawe olunyuvu tukulaakulanye ensi yaffe Uganda.
Smart 24, driving business.
Amanya gange nze mukalaza